Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Lucas Tyndale Live. Thank you guys for being here. So excited to have you guys on another episode. I want to welcome you guys who are here watching this replay. You may be watching this on YouTube. You may have looked up Alex Simon and you wanted to know more about him and you heard he was on another show or you heard he was on another podcast or broadcast. Well, here he is. He will be here today live on Lucas Tyndale Live. So we're excited to have you here. Stay tuned. You're going to hear a lot. You're going to learn a lot. He's going to share a lot. We're really excited to have him here today. I want to thank all of our loyal fans who've been joining us. Those of you who watch our replay loyally, you're watching this on YouTube, you're watching this on Facebook, you're watching this on LinkedIn, or you're watching this on Periscope. I want to thank you guys for being a part of the family. I want to thank you guys for being a part of our tribe, coming together and supporting this great movement. I'm so excited to be your host. I'm really excited to be here with you guys today. And the show today is going to be phenomenal. You guys are going to get to ask questions of someone who has amazing experience. He's traveled everywhere you can think of. He's met so many wonderful people, and he's the most humble guy I may have ever met. He's so humble. He's so kind. He's so about the people. He's so excited to get to hear from you guys today. He said, please tell them they can ask questions, whatever they want to know. If you're watching this by replay and you have a question and it's years from now, reach out to us, okay? Reach out to me at Lucas Tyndale on all social media platforms. Reach out to Alec on Instagram at Alex Simon, and he will get back to you. We will get back to you as soon as we can. We're so happy to have you all here today. Please share this broadcast. If you're watching this broadcast, why not share it? You like it, you tapped in, you tuned in, share it. Share it so somebody else can enjoy it. Tell them they don't want to miss this. They want to see this. We are here live once again on Lucas Tyndale Live, and we want to welcome as many people as possible to the party because we want to have a great time today with our great guest, Mr. Alex Simon. So we're going to bring him on in just a minute. Before we do that, I want to share with you about our sponsor. I've been sharing with you guys about HMA, Health Matching Account, which you guys can find out more information about HMA by going to hmaenrolltosave.com. hmaenrolltosave.com. HMA is what is known as a health matching account. My wife said, we were during one of the broadcasts, somebody said, how does it work? Because I said, if you save a certain amount of money through this program, they're going to double what you saved. And it's true. It really is. So if you get on the 10,000 plan, you're going to save about $5,000 over a period of 35 months roughly, and you're going to have $10,000 to spend. If you get on the $5,000 plan, you're going to spend you're going to save $2,500 and have $5,000 to spend on medical expenses. Now it's medical expenses only, but it's needed medical expenses. And it's elective. Most things, most insurances, they're not going to cover anything elective. So this also covers elective procedures. Maybe you have you or a family member need to get braces. The average cost of braces in our country is $5,000, $5,000 to $6,000. Well, through this program, you can save $2,500 roughly, and you're going to have $10,000 to spend. How does it work? It works like insurance. When you get in a car accident and it costs $10,000 to get that repair or $5,000, you may have only paid for 3 months. You may have only been with that insurance company for 3 months, and you only paid them $300. They're still going to cover the cost. So it's called pooling. The money is pooled in a pool, like a swimming pool, and that's how the payments are done, okay? So it's just like an insurance product, but it's also a savings product. It's the best of both worlds. If you want to know more about that, please inbox me. Please reach out to me. We'll be doing a webinar soon to share more about the HMA. Everybody I know needs it. In these critical times, I want everybody to know about HMA. So welcome again, everybody. Thank you guys all who are joining the show. We appreciate you guys coming in. And I just want to share something with you. Then we're going to watch a quick video, and then we're going to welcome in our guest. Today, I want you guys to realize one of my favorite quotes is by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And he said, nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. Our guest today is one of the most enthusiastic people I've ever seen. He's one of the most enthusiastic people I've ever met. He's enthusiastic if you see him at the store. He's enthusiastic if you see him at the gym. He's enthusiastic if you see him performing. He has enthusiasm. The word enthusiasm comes from two words, en and theos. En as in or entering, theos as in God. God in us. The Spirit of God in us gives us energy. It gives us power. It gives us strength. It gives us joy. It gives us peace. En theos. Nothing great was ever achieved without God in us, the Spirit of God, the excitement that God can do something great in our lives. So remember that today. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. If you want to achieve something great, if you want to achieve your goals today, make sure you go about it with enthusiasm rather than a complaining, irritated demeanor. Go about it with enthusiasm, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'm going to show you guys a quick video as we get started so you guys can take a look at our special guest today. Let's check out this video of Mr. Alex Simon.
Alex Simon's motivational musical.
My motivational musical is I use music to empower people. If I'm emceeing a corporate event, if I'm doing shows in prisons, my anti-bullying school assembly, it does not matter where I'm at. If I'm on stage, I'm going to motivate you. I'm going to make sure you have a great time. And the number one thing is I teach is love life, love each other, and respect is the key because you don't know what somebody's going through. I'm about to take you on this musical journey right here. Yeah, man, I always come in and get ready before a show. I always come into the locker room, into the bathroom, and just get my mind right. There's a lot of kids out there, 1,000 kids out there, so I always just come get my mind right and think about what I'm going to talk about. The number one thing, respect, and just do the show.
Alex Simon experienced a devastating loss when his best friend died by suicide while in high school. He expresses his desire to turn this life-altering experience into programs that help build esteem in schools and prisons.
Hello, my name is Carrie Knapp. I'm the principal at Highland High School. We just had Alex Simon here. He delivered a powerful presentation to our kids. Our kids were laughing, our kids were crying.
Hi, I'm Devin Detcher from Meadowbrook High School, and we had Alex Simon in. It was an amazing message, fantastic. I really got to the kids.
Talking to me. You haven't quite had a lesson, but him saying that means a lot.
He made an impact on our students. And the love that came through from him was amazing.
My name's Ed Bubonics. I've been working at Solo Middle School for 26 years. I just saw Alex Simon do an assembly, and it's by far the most inspirational assembly I've been a part of in all my teaching career.
I cried twice during the presentations. Each presentation was different. Each presentation was geared at the people in the room. It was truly a wonderful presentation that you should bring to your school.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome to the show our special guest today, Mr. Alex Simon. How you doing, my man?
Hey, everybody. What's up? Lucas Tende.
My man, welcome to the show. I got you.
We got
here.
it working.
We made it happen. Here we are. Live on Lucas Tyndale Live. He was in, Alex, you don't know, you were in my sights. When I started the show, I started getting things rolling, and I started getting some great guests, and I woke up one morning, and I said, man, I got to get Alex. Somebody said on Lucas Tyndale Live, everybody who's anybody is on Lucas Tyndale Live. I was like, who am I missing? I said, man, I got to get Alec on the show, man. So,
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so
What's
much
going
for
on?
being here. Man, I'm excited. The people are excited. There's a lot of claps going on already in the comments. Tyler Thatcher's on here. He's been excited. He couldn't wait. He messaged me earlier, said he couldn't wait. Keisha Warren, wonderful friend of mine. She's a wonderful mother. I know she's going to share this with her kids. She knows what you do for the young people. Ebony Akron is on here clapping and celebrating. There's so many other.
Awesome.
Your Aunt Janice is in the house. There's so many wonderful people here today. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you guys know, if you want us to hear from you, make a comment in the comments. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope, we can see them and bring them up on the screen. If you're on LinkedIn, I see you on my phone. I got you right here. DeJuan Lightfoot, my man, I see you here on LinkedIn. Jeshua, I see you here on LinkedIn. Everybody who's on LinkedIn, thank you guys for being here. To that great business audience, that corporate audience, you guys stay tuned, because this is a guy that does some amazing corporate events. And when things open back up, you want this man at your event, okay? So
thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, hey, let's get started today, man. I would, first of all, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, if you have questions, again, put them in the comments so we can see them, because we'll get to your questions. We want to answer questions today. Alex said he definitely wants to answer the questions that people have.
Definitely.
But what I want to start with today is I'd like to hear from you. Where did you get the confidence? Before we get into drumming, before we get into speaking, how do you stand in front of all those people? How do you do it? How do you sing in front of everybody, drum in front of everybody, bounce a drumstick and hope it don't fall on your head or fall over? Where did you get that confidence from?
I got the confidence from performing as a kid. I mean, family reunions, you know, when people came over the house singing, dancing. I mean, my confidence comes from my mom. Because
Okay.
I watched her be in front of huge crowds, and I was like the baby backstage, and you know, at big church conventions, huge church conventions with Shirley Caesar, BBC Wine, and Edwin Hawkins. My mom was like one of the promoters and stage managers for this stuff, and she used to take me with her. And I used to be backstage watching all this stuff, watching the musicians warm up, sound check, fashion shows, doing this, doing that. I was like, you know what? But even when I was 2 and 3, I always wanted to be in front of a camera. My Uncle Phil has a tape of me, my cousins, rolling down the hill doing the worm, dancing, and like I would be looking at my bigger cousins trying to outdo them, trying to push them in the back and stuff like that. So I've always wanted to be in front of the camera, always. But I get the confidence from my mom, and my mom putting God in me, saying, hey, you only live once, so you got to go get it now.
Love it. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm was our quote of the day. In Theos, God in us. That power, that motivation, that excitement is where it all came from. So
Yes.
Tell us a little more about young Alec. Where did you grow up? Where did all of this whole dream start for you?
I grew up in a small town called Smithfield, Smith Field, Ohio, right by Steubenville, Ohio, Martinsville, basically the Ohio Valley.
Yep.
15 minutes away from Wheeling, West Virginia, about 45 minutes away from Pittsburgh, an hour and 19 minutes from Canton.
An hour and
So-
19 minutes from civilization.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so an hour and 19 minutes, 20 minutes from Canton, you know, through Tappan Lake, boom. Small country town, you know, maybe 2,500 people, you know what I'm saying? We had an apple festival at, you know, the fair, Jefferson County. And yeah, I grew up in Smithfield, Ohio, and in Bellhaven Apartments. Bellhaven Apartments, yep, in Smithfield, Ohio. That's why I say my base came from was Bellhaven Apartments. Me and my mom moved a lot, but Bellhaven Apartments is where I came from in Smithfield, Ohio.
So for you as a young guy growing up, were you ever in a situation where you were bullied or things didn't go right? You are someone who talks a lot about bullying, and you do some great programs. I know people who've been at your programs at schools where they said you literally changed the temperature, the culture of an entire school. They said when you left, things were not the same for those students
Wow.
and those teachers. Literally,
Wow.
people have told me that. I talked to a superintendent who spoke so highly of you, and I've talked to parents who said the same thing. What was your childhood like that prepared you? Was there some difficulty? What was it that you think prepared you to give that message?
Well, of course, my best friend Terry Ford, we was in Boy Scouts together. Terry would just walk in my house, and Terry's Caucasian, white, whatever you want to call it, skinny, glasses, played the trombone. People would call him a nerd, you know what I'm saying? And then you see me in the sports, and you know what I'm saying, was popular. and people was like, "Why are you hanging out with him?" He just was my, he was my best friend.
Right.
People picked on him every day, and I had to, but they didn't pick on him when I was around. They didn't pick on him when I was around, but they picked on him behind closed doors. And if I was out in the hall in another class, they picked on him. And he always tell me every day, "Hey, look, this person, I'm tired of this person. You know, I want to do something bad. I want to do something crazy to this person," because you don't know what somebody's going through who's getting bullied. That's why people say, "Oh, you need to calm down." You don't know what they're going through. So I hate when people say, "Oh, don't get mad." You're allowed to get mad because you're getting picked on. But as far as me getting picked on, yeah, I mean, I did. I mean, I came from a racist area. My school was very racist. You know, this Buckeye local, the school that I went to was very, 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 very racist. But I kind of looked past that a little bit and tried to make even the people that was racist still said hello to me. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But they would make little racist comments, and I can probably name 10 of them right now. But it always sticks with you.
Yes.
But Terry, my best friend, he committed suicide when we were 16. He just got tired of it and said, "I'm tired of it." And I talked to him 3 hours before he did it at school. It was fine. I was like, "Hey, I'll see you after wrestling practice." And he's like, I'm just sick of it. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm like, boy, I even waited. I was like, "Man, I'll see you later on." And then Terry Smith, he's like a family member. He wrestled. He came. He was walking down the street, and I just seen him at practice. And my mom can vouch for this. He had tears in his eyes, and Terry is like a bulldog. He don't cry. He don't show no emotions. So I knew something was up when I seen him crying. I'm like, "Yo, what's up?" And he's like, he's like, "Did you hear?" I said, "No." And my mom's like, "What's wrong?" So we go in the house. We turn the news on. We watch Channel 7 and Channel 9, the local news. And they're sitting there talking about young teen runs out to oncoming traffic. And Terry's name went across the thing. I ran all the way to his house. My mom was like, "Hey, come on." I ran all the way to his house. You can ask her. And he lived probably from downtown Canton all the way up to maybe Little Caesars on Cleveland Avenue.
Wow.
That way. And I just ran nonstop. Seen all these cars in the driveway parked, because they heard about the news. So I walked in. His dad, Ralph, hugged me. His brother, Mike, hugged me. Miss Betsy hugged me. And I was like, "Y'all got to be lying." It didn't seem real until I was at Foster's funeral home in Smithfield, where I'm from, and the line was wrapped around the building. I looked at people in line and said, "What are you doing here? You didn't like him. You made fun of him." "Oh, Alec, it ain't like that. We just playing around." "What are you doing here?" And then I'll never forget my buddy Mark Petrozzi. His dad was by the casket when I walked up to see Terry, and I took my time. Because I'm just like I tried taking it in, and I looked at everybody like laughing, like, "What y'all doing here?" Mark Petrozzi's dad hugged me, and I remember squeezing him so hard. I didn't cry. I remember talking to Terry, like, "Yo, bro, you can't be in here." Just talking to him, like, "Man, you can't be in here." I'm like, he told me, "Alec, I'm tired of people picking on me." Blah, 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 blah. Got to the grave site. I had a navy blue Fila jacket on. It was raining. I'll never forget it. After the ceremony was over, I sat there, started raining, and then that grave site has a real big hill, and there's a place called the Legion that sits on the hill. And I just remember I was like, "I'm walking home." I walked home. And then that time, me and my mom lived downtown. And from that point on, I buried it and got in Stomp, and I'm sure you're going to ask about that.
Yeah. Got
Off-Broadway, got in Stomp, moved to New York City, didn't think nothing of it. And then the rest was history. Then I brought it back up like in 2003, and that was in 99. Yep.
Incredible story. Thank you so much for taking the time to walk us through that. I mean,
yeah, I just wanted to because a lot of people don't know why. I just wanted to walk you through. People say, "Oh, he does bullying assemblies." I'm like, I don't think they know the actual story. You know what I'm saying? The reason why. So yep.
It's powerful. People are loving it in the comments. I mean, they're feeling it because you painted the picture. I think we were all sitting there picturing you as a child running to your friend's house, seeing all those cars. We could see it like a movie. I know I could. That's a powerful story. And it matters because we live in a mean day and age, don't we? Kids these days are mean.
Yes, they are very mean. And everything starts at home. Any parent, when you had me on here, Lucas, when you called me and said, "Ella, go on my show," I'm like, I said, "Oh Lord, I'm a happy, enthusiastic person, but one thing I'm gonna tell you, I say what it is. I
That's
don't
what we
beat
want.
around the bush. I have to say because when I talk from my heart, it's helping somebody else.
Yes.
I feel a lot of people have told me, Lucas said, message me inside and said, thank you for saying that today on your story because I don't have the guts to say that, and thank you for being like that. I'm like, yes, you do have the guts. You just say it. It's either people going to be with you or they ain't.
Yep.
Period. Anybody
Yes.
listening, parents, and he just said, you asked me that, like how, doing that, everything starts at home. I'll keep saying that to him, blue in the face. Parents, if you're letting your kids talk back to you, I heard this one kid cuss at his mom at Walmart. My teeth would have been over at
In
aisle
another
11,
aisle, right.
in another aisle, and my
Right.
mom would have helped me find them. Like, there's the
Right.
one right there. And then all my aunts would have called me and punched me when they see me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So everything starts at home, but some of these parents let their kids talk to them crazy. Talk to them crazy. Tell them what they're gonna do, what they're not gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
My mom used to say, "Boy, you ain't pay for nothing in this house. You don't pay no bills."
Yep.
That's just it.
I love it. I love it. I think that's an important message, and we've been sharing this with parents the last few days. We've talked about mental health. We've talked about youth, mental health in youth yesterday with Cyrus Assar, which was powerful. We had Corey Minor-Smith on earlier in the week. Shout out to them. And today, you talking about that. This show is about education, motivation, liberation. We want to educate people, and you're already educating the audience today about the truth that as it is today. You work with a lot of kids, you work with a
Yes.
lot of administration, you work with a lot of parents, you see it firsthand, you know what it's like. It's about
Yes.
motivation. Motivation
Right.
is that in Theos, that's that inspiration, that inspiring, that motivating people to do something different. If you're a relative of a parent that's allowing their children to act a certain way, speak up. We no longer allow others into our business, and we no longer care to speak on other people's stuff. We're like, that's their house, that's their business, that's their stuff. Right? But we got to start speaking up and saying, hey, your kid is disrespectful. If they'll talk to you like that, what the heck are they saying to kids? Right?
Yeah, to kids. And I tell people, my friends, my close friends, like, matter of fact, you had him on your show. I don't know if he's on your Rob. Saxy Rob.
Yeah.
He's a brother of mine. Rob's a brother of mine. That's my real brother. We'll argue, we'll disagree, but that's my brother. I'll do anything for him. And all his kids call me Uncle Alec. And if I see any of them messing up, my foot's going in your butt. And Rob said, no, go and talk to your Uncle Alec. He's talking to you. But all the kids, you know what I'm saying, Angel, Rob, and Sammy, they know me as Uncle Alec. So they got to walk a straight and narrow.
Yep.
Because I'll embarrass y'all in public. If I see them acting up, or anybody else's kids who's close to me, if y'all acting up in public, I'm going to say, no, boy, get over here.
Right?
Period. Just that simple.
That's how it was for a long time until it's funny because our culture, and when we talk about things, we're also talking about liberation. The last thing is liberation, which is setting people free. So first of all, Alec, you're free today on this show to share the truth as it is. If we don't tell people the truth, this is not.
Am I free?
You're free, man. Please.
Oh, thank the Lord.
You are set free today. Say the truth as it is. They can hear a bunch of fluff anywhere, right?
Listen, don't come on this show if you're ready to hear fluff.
Hey, you got to lead the audience. If you didn't want the truth, you on the wrong show. Lucas Tyndale Live is about the truth, and we want to talk about it. So I love it. I love it. I love it. So
yes.
We want to help people out. And we're not judging. This is the truth.
It's just the truth.
It is. Yeah.
No judgment here at all. No judgment here at all.
To help with the bullying situation, there's probably some young people watching this now live or maybe watching it later. What can a young person do to help eliminate bullying? And what can we teach our children to say, hey, here's what you got to do to help with this problem that is growing and growing and growing every year?
There are so many different ways. I mean, I think that's why I don't have no kids, biological kids myself now, because I'm scared to bring a child into this world because I hear so many stories from kids. I wouldn't be able to live. Because I already suffer from anxiety and depression. I got to take anxiety meds when I start going crazy and start worrying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling y'all the truth.
Thank you for sharing.
All 47 or 54 of y'all watching, it don't matter.
Much respect.
I'm telling the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I take that. I take anxiety meds because I'm always traveling and just always worried. But as far as the bullying thing, when kids tell you, parents say, look, this kid keeps picking on me, and they keep telling you the same thing, parents, don't sit back and be like, oh, well, I'll call the administration tomorrow. Take your butt up to the school. Take a PTO day. Listen, I want to talk to this kid. Bring him down to the office and call his parents right now. We're going to set this straight right now. And another thing, cyber bullying is huge. Facebook, Instagram. Ooh. Listen, parents, if your kids ain't 18, give me that phone. What are you typing? What are you posting? You don't know what, and you don't know what's in your kid's phone.
Yes.
Give me that phone. Let me see that phone real fast. You know what I'm saying? They cussing and doing this and doing that, and you know what I'm saying? And some kids sending I mean, you don't know what these kids are sending right now.
Right.
And it's scary.
Yes.
So parents, get into your kids' business.
Yeah, it's your business.
Period.
They're your kid, right?
It's your business.
Yes.
It's your business.
Woo.
So that will help the bullying factor too, because a bully, and I'm gonna say this, take a kid, and I'm not saying it like this. And I'm no, you know what? Forget that. I ain't apologizing for nothing.
Let's go.
I'm gonna take North Canton or Jackson area. I'm gonna take that Jackson area. And then I'm gonna take Gibbs area, Second Street Southeast area, Hartford area,
more urban areas. So suburban area, Jackson is suburban for those around the country,
and then
Gibbs area is urban. It's inner city.
It's urban, inner city. You might take a kid from Jackson or wherever, Furline, whatever, in Akron, Ohio, for the people not from here. You could take somebody who has a mom that's a doctor or a dad that owns a business, a dad that has country club. He's at a country club and everything like that, and he owns this and he makes six figures and beyond. And the kids, some kids have told me this. The kids don't have love at home. Their parents just throw money at them. Then you have the kid in the inner city, don't have no money, but the mom is at every game and they show him all the love and everything. Right. That kid that just gets money thrown at him at school might not like that kid that he sees his mom at every single game.
Right.
And then that kid in the streets might not like that kid because he got the newest clothes and the newest J's. Right. All y'all got to do is talk, say, bro, I want what you want. Yo, I want what you want. And then some things will stop. A lot of bullying comes from that because they're angry at home. They're mad at home.
Yes.
So that's just, and parents, some people don't want to believe it, but I have a lot of friends who have a lot of money, who have children, and they're teaching them, and their children are actually humble and they understand. Yes. Their children say, no, I'm helping. I want to help. Hey, brother Alex, anything I can do. Their children getting the right idea now. And there's people that I know just throws money at their kids and they just don't do nothing.
Yep.
And there's people I know that can't even buy bread.
Yes. There's so many kids, like you said, they're mad at each other for various things, right?
Yeah, man.
This kid over here is mad because you got all the money. Kid over here is mad because you got all the attention. And at the end of the day, if they just sat down and talked, they'd say, well, there's some things that you have that I'd like. And there's some things that you have that I'd like. And let's just come together and be happy that we can be friends and share perspective. Yes. I think it's so important, too, because a lot of times what we do, especially when it comes to money and even devices and things, and I'm a parent, and I can tell you, I tell this story all the time that my kids, when they all got their own device, and it was like Game Boy something many years ago, and they all started having their own little device, it was like so cool that everybody was peaceful. But every day we have to be careful in our house right now. My wife and I right now have to be careful with our kids because it's easy to use devices and money and stuff as an anesthesia. It soothes them. It calms them. It quiets them. It's an anesthetic. Yeah. So parents are like,
I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna steal that, man.
Yes.
If you don't mind, can I use that?
I already been stealing your stuff. It's all good. It's all good.
I like that though. I like that. No, I like that, Lucas. I like that.
It numbs the pain. So number one, it numbs pain because a lot of our kids have been through trauma and they're in a lot of pain. They've been bullied and they're in a lot of pain. But the sad part is it's also overstimulating, and at times they're on there getting more of what they don't need, which is negative influences from media and more bullying. So
it's
a tough place. Talk to us a little bit about what you see going on with social media. Let's wrap up this piece about the youth and what you see with social media, and then we got to get into your life and your success. I want to talk about that a little bit.
Listen, social media is the devil and it's an angel in two things.
I love that.
It can be the devil and it can be an angel. It depends how you do it. A lot of people worry about likes and views. I used to do that. I used to be like, I wonder how come I ain't getting no likes, but they're getting likes. Don't worry about that.
Right.
Kids, and listen, don't worry about that. And kids, you don't got to put in young ladies. I'm gonna talk to young ladies. Young ladies, you don't got to put your 1 foot up and stick your hip out like all them fake Instagram models. Because what if Instagram just crashed? They're nobody.
True.
They're nobody right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're using that. So young ladies, you don't have to show your stuff to get boys to like you and get boys to follow you on Instagram. That's number one. Young men, you don't got to post fights and post world star stuff and post crazy stuff for people to like and hashtag fight and hashtag. Because if you notice, the devilish bad stuff gets more views than the good stuff.
Woo. That's right.
Can I say it again?
Say it again.
The devilish, sex, drugs, money, somebody getting cussed out, somebody getting hit, somebody getting beat, somebody getting thrown off a building, getting tore up.
Yes.
Get more views than a father walking his daughter to school.
Yes.
Ain't that crazy?
That's unbelievable.
But that's the world we live. But that's what we live in. And like I said, sex, money, drugs, guns, word to the mother, that sells. So the people who's paying them, they don't care. They're making money off of us.
Yep.
That sells. So I'm going another route. If I get 5 views for me, if I get 5 views for me saying a good quote for one of my quotes, okay, that's good. But I guarantee I can go cuss somebody out at Walmart, 1 million views.
Oh, it'll get 1 million views, especially if it's you. It's gonna get 1 million views.
I know, right?
Alec, let me tell you guys, Alec is the most loving person I ever met. First time I ever met Alec, we were in the barber shop. We were at Burger. Shout out to Marcus Burger Williams.
Shout out to Burger.
Shout out to our homeboy Burger. We were at his shop, and I'm like, I know Alec. Like, I know Alec from the newspaper. I know Alec from social media. I know Alec from all these different places. Like, he's just that guy who was doing all this stuff. And I worked with youth for so many years. So when I saw you out there doing your thing, I'm like, this is amazing. And even I saw you going into schools where I'm like, they have 2 black students, and they brought this black man in here, and he tore the place down and changed the whole school. I saw you do it. I saw the press clippings. I heard from the parents.
Thank you.
So I saw you at the barbershop, and it was like, you treat everybody like you've known them forever. I'm like, hey, Alec. Yeah, I'm like, hey, Alec, like a kind of a fan. And you're like, hey, what's up, brother? How you doing? What's going on, man? How's everything, man? Love you, bro. Love you. All this love. I'm like, what is that about? Tell me, what is all the I love yous? You're a man. I'm a man. We don't run around telling each other I love you all the time. But for some reason, you feel comfortable doing it. What's up with all the love?
I'm gonna tell y'all why, and it's gonna hit a lot about, it's gonna hit everybody, whoever's listening.
Yeah.
My mom tells me she loves me every day. And even as a child, my mom tells me she loves me every single day. Even when I got on her nerves and we get to fight and argue and stuff, she still says, son, I love you, regardless. But even as a child, my mom would tell you, I would always just go to people. I would just always help people. Like when I was always like that as a kid. I just loved people. And you know, like I'm working on my first single right now. I've never put out a single, and then my song is called "Learn How to Love." It's gonna be a sing-along song, like a "We Are the World." So I've never done it.
Wow.
And like my music video, I'm trying to get 300 people walking down the street with me singing this, and it's gonna happen.
Wow.
But the thing about it is, I think my mom telling me I love you no matter what. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you every single day, even when I mess up and go crazy, because I have a temper. I'm telling her, I have a temper. I'm telling the truth. We're here. I'm on Lucas Tyndale's show.
Yes.
Y'all can look at me and say, oh, he's a positive guy. I have a temper because I'm passionate about what I do.
Yes.
So my mom's like, you know, come down. So she would always tell me she loved me. I think that's why, and it stuck with me. So I guess that's always been in me, Luke. That's a hard question to answer.
Man, but that's beautiful.
Yeah,
I don't even know if you notice it, man. I've seen you at the gym. You in there working hard, sweating, tired, and you'll pause your headphones like, hey, love you, man, love you. You know, I'm like, who is this guy? And everybody comes around you, and they're like, it's just know you have a magnetic personality. You draw people to you, and then some people have magnetic personalities. Pull them in to take the love, but they don't give any love back.
Right.
So they drain people, and they come up to them, and they're so excited to see them, and they're left feeling empty. You leave people feeling full. I think it's such a powerful thing. And this is me to you. I've never said this to you, but I want you to know this is honestly how I feel. It's literally powerful. Like you can feel it. So keep that up, man. Keep that up.
Thank you, man. I'm trying, bro. It ain't easy. You know, a lot of people a lot of people, they wait for you. They wait for you to mess up. People like me, they prey
Sure.
on it. They
Yes.
want you to mess up because
Yes.
as soon as you mess up, they're gonna say, "Oh, he wasn't like that." They wait for you.
They wait. They like.
You
I
know
thought
what I'm
he was
saying?
Mr.
They
Love.
wait. I thought he Mr. Love, guy.
What's up?
I don't. They wait for you. Well, keep waiting because if I
Yeah.
do mess up, I'm gonna keep going.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what. So
Because we all mess
yeah,
up.
man.
Listen,
Yes.
I want to take a second again to shout out our wonderful, wonderful audience, ladies and gentlemen, who, if you've been here the whole time, we love you. If you had to pop in and out a little bit, we still love you. If you're listening and you're cooking dinner, if you're listening and you just became a homeschool parent, a homeschool teacher, and you're not that good at it because you don't know math that well, because it's algebra and trigonometry, I'm with you. It's all good.
I was
But
in general
thank you.
math.
Right, right. And these parents is like, what? And then it'll change how we add and subtract. Anyway, we want to thank you guys. If you're listening to this like a podcast, and we are going to be putting this out as a podcast. Thank you for listening. If you're driving in your car, thank you for listening. We appreciate you being a part of Lucas Tyndale Live. If this is your first time with us, we want to invite you back. We're going Sunday through Thursday right now, Sunday through Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern with Lucas Tyndale live on Facebook, live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube, and live on Periscope. So you can catch us in so many places. To the LinkedIn audience, again, thank you. I can't see your comments right here, but I have you here on my phone. I'm sorry if I'm not getting to you. Mike Doss is in the house. What's up, Doss? What's up, my man?
Mike's on there?
Mike's over here on LinkedIn. What's up, my man? He said, keep grinding. Alec, he said, keep grinding.
I love Mike. Me and Mike judged a prison show together. Love you, Mike.
He's on here. Appreciate that. Mike Doss, high school champion, college champion, Super Bowl champion, Mike Doss. Shout out to Mike Doss on the show. He's coming to the show, Mike. I know you're coming on the show, so we'll have him on real soon. I got people coming for you, Mike, to get you on the show. DeJuan Lightfoot, my man, he was on LinkedIn. He jumped on YouTube. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it so much. Vicky Johnson, Hogan, thank you for being here. Tasha Ellis, glad to have you.
That's my mom. That's my mom, Vicky Johnson Hogan. That's my mother.
Oh, is that right? Okay,
yes,
shout out.
Oh,
she's on here. Okay.
Hey, Mom.
This is where it comes from.
And two of my mom's twin sisters, two of my aunts are on here. Two of my mom's siblings. Two of my aunts.
Who is that? Janice?
Janet Johnson. Yeah.
All right, Janice is on here. All right. I don't know if I caught the next one, but they're in the house. They support the baby boy. That's their baby boy from.
Yes, they do.
From Smithfield. Yes, they on here. Yes. My beautiful wife. Shout out to my beautiful wife, Corinne Marie Tyndale. She's been working hard, making masks, making matching scarves, ladies. If you're not following my wife, you got to check her out. Making jumpsuits for the ladies. She's and she's just powerful. She's written 3 books. She's a creative person.
Oh man.
Every day.
I need to sit with her then if she wrote the books because I'm still jotting my book down. I actually need to get with her then.
Come through. Definitely,
bro. I will.
She can help you out.
Yes, definitely.
Jackie Scott, welcome to the show. Marcus McFoling. Shout out to Marcus McFoling, one of our guests from last week here on the show. Glad to have you. Jamie Brewy, glad to have you here on the show. Thank you for being here. Ebony Akron, always happy to have you back. Mills Tansmore.
Mill is one of my best friends. Him and his twin brother Charles are my 2 best friends. We have the same tattoos on our right arm. They're twins, big boys.
You only roll with twins? I mean, what's up with that?
Yeah, I got twins in my family, but Milford and Charles, they're twins. They're my best friends.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So they're all supporting today. Shout out to Angela Hardesty, loyal fan. She's on every night. I don't think she's missed the show yet, Angela.
Oh, wow.
We love you here. We're so glad to have you. Amy Marie, thank you for being back on the show. She's been here many times. Glad to have her. Tyler Thatcher, I shouted you out earlier, but he doesn't miss the show either. Keisha, Andrea, yo. Andrea, welcome to the show. Glad to have you as always. The wonderful Miss Corey Miner-Smith back again. Thank you for being here. Janet Johnson, is this your other? Is Janet Johnson?
That's one of the twins. Yeah,
that's one of the twins. She's in the house. So we're so glad. If I didn't get to shout you out, we're still so glad to have you. Thank you guys for being here. Lester Sanders, John Morgan, everybody, just thank you.
Lester, I love you, Lester.
He's on in the house. Janine Britt, thank you for being here. JJ Lilly. All right, there's so many comments. I can't even keep, literally, there's just crazy amounts of comments. Willie Ellis, shout out to you. Thanks for being here. This is crazy. I can't keep up. Okay, so you guys stay tuned. All right, we got a little more for you. So I want to show another little clip here, Alec, if you don't mind. Can you tell us? We're going to look here at your Believe clip here. Tell us a little bit about this clip we're going to watch here.
The Believe clip is just more like believing in yourself. Just kind of like shows. It's just me talking about believing in yourself. It talks about me with the Cavs, a couple celebrities that I met, Stomp. It just talks about a couple journeys and how I got to them journeys, and it's all from believing.
All right. Now listen. My wife just texted me. She got the inside track, so she just texted me. Now I'm gonna play the video, but she said a lot of people want you to sing.
Oh man!
Oh, he don't know. Okay. Hey, you think about it during the commercial break. We're gonna get going over here. We're gonna play this clip here, and you can think about it. We're gonna look at this Believe clip, and you can, think about whether you're gonna sing for the people tonight or not. If not, we'll bring you back and we'll have you do it on another day. It's all good.
Yeah, how you feeling?
I feel good. I think everybody gotta have faith, man. Right. I got faith. I think they're gonna win. They're gonna win tonight, and we're gonna be all right. We'll be back in this race.
All right. Anything else for the viewers?
Let's go, Cavs. Let's go, Cavs.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day.
I'm trying to tell people always to believe in yourself, be unbroken. Believing is the key. Keep negative people away from you, and all your dreams will come true.
Oh, my hair.
The Cleveland Cavaliers has been one of the biggest blessings in my life. My buddy Julian Goldthwait called me one day and said, "Alec, how would you like to come be part of the Q-Sticks and do a couple games?" I'm like, "Oh, of course." And Julian's like, with your experience at Stomp, I'm sure you can come help us out, write some routines, whatever. I'm like, "Of course." After the first game, I got a call that night, and Julian said, "Alec, they want you for the whole season." I said, "What?" And it's just crazy that I'm part of a championship team, and I got my championship ring with my last name on it. So being in the history books of that is crazy. When I did Stomp, Luke Cresswell, the creators, Luke Cresswell and Steve McNicholas are the creators of the show. They seen something in me. So I auditioned for Stomp in Boston and got hurt. And they told me that I would never do that show ever. So then 2 years went by, I was depressed, and then 2 years went by, and I went back to New York City and auditioned for the show against 1,500 people and got my job back. And it was a lot of ups and downs, some negativity, some positive, but I never stopped. I never stopped believing. I never stopped trucking. I laced my boots up tight and I just kept going.
Alex Simon experienced a devastating loss when his best friend died by suicide while in high school. He expresses his desire to turn this life-altering experience into programs that help build esteem in schools and prisons.
When people say, "How do your anti-bullying assemblies go?" I laugh because I say, well, it's really not an anti-bullying assembly. It's a life assembly. I'm talking about life. I talk about respect, stop the bullying, skin color means nothing. It doesn't matter what type of clothes you have on, you're still special, you're still somebody. So my school assemblies are based around respect, and we do 1-hour shows, and I call up kids from the audience towards the end of the show, call up teachers, and it turns into a huge jam session after I get done telling my story and saying my message. At the end of the show, the whole school comes together and we jam and we sing the song, "Don't Stop Believing," because I believe if you believe in yourself, you can accomplish anything. And if you believe in yourself and if you believe in others, there won't be no bullying, there won't be no disrespect, there won't be none of that stuff, because respect is the key. That's what I teach in schools. Respect is the key.
All right, my man. Everybody was loving it. And my wife corrected me. My wife said, "No, we don't need him to sing," although I did start something because other people were like, yes. My wife meant they want to be a part of the video. So when you get all the people together, they want to be a part.
Yes. Oh, yes. That's going to, it's my track is going to be, the hook is really good. It's going to be a strong one because it's my first single. I produced it. wrote it. Dallas Baldwin is my engineer. He's done a great job. Dallas used to play guitar for me and Alex Simon and Friends, one of the first casts of Alex Simon and Friends. But he's my engineer, and we've been working hard on it, very, very hard on it. Yes,
That's awesome.
I'm very
That's
proud
awesome.
of him. Yes.
We can't wait for it to come out. Please let us know. Come back on
Yes,
the show.
definitely.
Please come back
Of course.
and tell us when
Of
you're
course.
going to release it. Let's do
Of
that.
course, of course.
Let's drop
Of
it right
course.
here on the Lucas Tyndale Live Show. Let's make it happen. An exclusive right here. All right. I'd love to do that. And we're talking about some other things. We had Sexy Rob on, and he did a live concert from his living room to our living room. Alex,
Oh, wow.
We're gonna have to talk about that. I'm sure the people would love to jam with you one night.
I think I got some toothpicks I can maybe do something with.
Hey, show us a little something. Go ahead.
Let me get these toothpicks. Hold
We
on.
go give him a second. Now look at those pictures he has in the background. Anybody got big pictures of themselves at their house like that look that good? I don't know. We got our family photos and whatnot, but he has some beautiful pictures in the background.
Oh, the accomplishments. So here's some toothpicks.
I'm turning it over to you.
Where'd you go? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm here. I'm gonna
Okay.
give you the time. I'm gonna give you the full screen so the people can enjoy. The show is Woo! Let's go. hey, don't have Alec over for dinner because your stuff. You gonna be like, where's my toothpicks? Where's all my
That ain't
silverware?
nothing.
He's somewhere playing with your stuff.
I did. Hey, I did that for you. Like people see me perform all the time. Man, that was just for you, bro.
I love it. Thank
That's
you
just
so
for
much
you.
for blessing our audience with that, man. Everybody's excited. They're out here having a great time. People are out here celebrating. People are
Hey,
like,
you actually have another guy, Lance from New York City, who did Stomp with me. He was on a Stomp tour, Blackheart RMX. Right there.
Okay.
That's Lance, great DJ from Brooklyn, but he did Stomp. He toured and Stomp with me as well.
Powerful.
From New York City.
Awesome.
Yep.
Now let's
Yep.
get into Stomp. Let's talk a little bit about it. There are some people, they may be younger, they may not know what Stomp was, but there's a lot of people on here who have already said in the comments, Stomp was amazing. I remember when I was younger, Stomp was like this huge thing that I heard about. I didn't make it to New York for any Off-Broadway plays. Tell us a little more about that experience for you.
Stomp was great. Luke Cresswell and Steve McNicholas wrote the show. They're from England, from Brighton, England. Excuse me. And they wrote the show and they brought it to America. They had a thing called Brooms first, where they used brooms and made music out of brooms, and then they brought it to New York City. And then 26 years, we celebrated our 25th reunion last year in New York City. I actually did the show. Wow. I did the show last year in New York. They celebrated 25 years, and this year it's been 26 years. And I auditioned against 900 people my first time in Boston. And then 2 weeks, and I made it. They only wanted 8 people. I made it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of people don't know the story. I made it in Boston because they had a sit-down cast. And 2 weeks before the show, I was going to go in the show. After rehearsals, I hurt my back. My back went out. My lumbar went out. My SI joint went out. And Stomp, the producer, said, "We're sending you home. You'll never do the show."
Mm-hmm.
So when I got back home, and I was living in Akron at the time, I had them 2 years off. I mean, I thought about suicide. I thought about everything.
Wow.
I was like, God, why would you give me this and then just dangle it in front of my face? I stopped believing. I stopped believing. I stopped all that.
Wow.
I was in a real dark place. Sat in my truck, was gonna just take my life. But I didn't. I thought about it, and I heard this little voice said it's not over yet. So then I got a call from one of the creators from the original cast, Fiona Wilkes, who's my boss, she's one of the original female roles of Stomp. She said, "Hey, if you can prove to us that you're healed, we're having auditions again in New York City." I said, "Wow." So went to New York City, and I said, "You're going to make me re-audition?" They said, "Yeah, we got to know that you can do the show." 1,500 people.
Wow.
Wrapped around the building. And, there's Stomp people on here that can attest to me. I'm not, 1,500 people at least. And Stomp said, "We're taking 8. And they took groups of 15 and 20 at a time. They take a group of 20 in and do a show or a thing, and they say, okay, if you don't hear your name, thank you for coming. People came from Africa, Brazil, Israel, great drummers from all over the world. If you don't hear your name, thank you for coming. And you had to make it through a whole week, Monday through Sunday. I heard my name, Alex Simon. Went back up to Harlem. Got on the train, went back to Harlem. Tuesday, audition. Alex Simon, heard my name, boom, went back. Made it all the way to Sunday. Sunday, there's still 375 people left. 350 people. It's the last day. They say, if you don't hear your name, thank you. You'll be battling. I didn't hear my name like until 6. So when they just kept going, I heard my name at 6. I said, thank you, Jesus. I said, thank you, God. I broke down crying. Wow. I said, wow, I did what Ali did. I came back and got my job back.
Wow.
And then toured, and then did New York City for 4 years, and then toured for like 4 or 5 years. Yep.
It's no wonder you have a story to tell. No wonder you're motivating the masses. No wonder you're moving these crowds, these kids, these corporate events. The crazy thing to me is, through all of that pain, through all that you went through in your life, your best friend at a young age as a teenager committed suicide, had to be earth-shattering, but you kept moving. You said you got out there, you went to New York, you got into Stomp, life was good, you're feeling good, you're getting through it. You said you just stuffed those feelings, and then you go through a down time in your life, and even after knowing the pain that was caused by your friend's suicide, you thought about that. I just think it's so important, because this is not just about us coming on a show and celebrating everybody's success, because everybody assumes successful people just had this easy life and it was all good.
Never.
Tell us a little bit more about that, and tell us a little bit about the anxiety that you still deal with. You said it earlier. I don't know if they caught it, but the fact that you're willing to come on a show live that may be watched by millions of people someday and be honest about this is powerful. So tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, my anxiety comes from a lot. Like, if something ain't right, I'm worried. Like, with everything going on now, it's amazing. And I didn't want to bring it up because that's what we've been talking about, but I'll say it: the COVID-19, the coronavirus, everything going on now. Everybody has anxiety, but it's actually I've been kind of cool. I mean, but I'm allowed to get mad. That's another thing, audience. Listen to me.
Love it.
If you're looking in the mirror telling yourself that you're positive all day long through this COVID, and you're praying, okay, you can pray, and God is going to work it out. But if you're looking in the mirror and saying, "Oh, I'm positive and I know that's a lie." You've been negative one time.
Yes.
We just don't see it.
Yes.
We just don't see it.
Yes.
So I'm trying to tell you guys right now. If you look in the mirror and say, "Oh, I've been positive this whole thing. Me and my husband, or me and my wife, we've been praying and we've been doing this, and we're just taking time with the kids and stuff." When we're not watching, you're in the bathroom like this. "Ooh, I'm tired of this. I'm losing money. Gigs are getting pushed back. Things are closing." That is a lie. Be real with yourself.
Yes.
Don't hustle yourself. So I'm here to tell you, God's not going to get mad at you because you're getting mad. I just said, God, I said, Lord, I said, God, are you screening my calls? You said in your book called the Bible, when 2 or 3 are gathered, you're in the midst. God, there's thousands and millions of us gathered. Where are you? He said, Alex, I'm taking a break. I'm on vacation. I want to see if y'all really believe. But I'm like, Lord, hey, don't screen my calls. Let me just go to Panera Bread. Meet me at Panera Bread. I'll buy you a baguette. Get God a broccoli and cheddar. Get him a baguette. What
get
else
him the cheddar broccoli.
Get him a cheddar broccoli. Get him a smoothie. God, I just want to ask you a couple questions. Say, yo, bro, what are you doing right now? Or is this even you? What's going on right now? So I just want to tell you people, you're allowed to be upset. You're allowed to be mad. You are allowed to be upset.
Yes.
Nobody's going to kill you for being mad. Yep. So that's where my anxiety comes from. I always think I got to put on this, like, okay, I'm the protector. I protect people.
Right.
I travel all over Rome on planes. I'm on a plane every other week. You know what I'm saying? Like, a good buddy of mine who lives in my building, Kenny Peterson, Ohio State champion, played in the NFL. He said, Alec, you don't gotta. He said, Alec, you don't gotta save everybody. He said, Kenny said, Alec, you don't gotta save everybody. I said, you know what? You're right. Yeah. So that's where my anxiety comes from, Lucas Sindel. That's where it comes from. I worry because if I can't help somebody, I'm worried. I've lost so much money in March and April through this whole thing. I just said, okay, I can't get worried because it's gonna make me sick.
I love it. I appreciate your transparency. Henry Zachary's on here. He said that's 100% real talk. Henry and his wife, shout out to them and their
Zach, love him. Let me get one of them hats.
They put on. I know he's the man. They put on events as well. Yes,
love him.
they put on events. I believe they got an event center recently. I'm sure for them, he's in that same space where it's like what they do has been disrupted. What so many people do has been disrupted. And it's all good to have faith. It's all good to trust God. It's all good to read your Bible. It's all good to pray.
Good.
I do all those things. However, that does not mean there's not days where I'm like, what's next? When is stuff opening up? There's not like my kids aren't like, this online school stuff was cool for a few minutes, but it's crazy now. It's not like my kids aren't coming to me saying, when are we going to get back to our sports? So we're all dealing with a level of disruption. We're all dealing with a level of grief. And for anyone, shout out to Grief Recovery. I took Grief Recovery some years ago. My pastor, Pastor Richard Bennett, is still teaching Grief Recovery classes. If anybody's interested, reach out to me. Talking about the fact that grief is any time we have a change or a disruption in our life, even sometimes good things. So sometimes when you graduate high school or college or get a new job, there's a level of grief there because there's a change. So imagine right now when our lives have been totally turned upside down, everything has changed, nothing's the same, the world has never seen anything like it, and we're supposed to act like, well, I just praise God every day. It's not that simple. Praise God as much as you can, but if you're sad, if you're mad, if you're upset, as Alex said, God is big enough to take it. He's big enough to take it. He can handle you.
And shout out, and my prayers and my thoughts go out to, not to change the subject, but we don't know. Like, there's people that get beat. There's people that's beating their wives. There's people that's beating their kids. So many kids have told me, Brother Alec, I hate going home. I hate going. My dad yells at me or my mom yells at me. And they got to be there all day long.
Yes.
We don't know. And I'm here to tell you guys, if anybody out there is getting beat who's watching, and somebody didn't, tell somebody.
Yes.
Don't keep your mouths quiet. Don't stand for that. Man, if you're, don't stand for that. Tell somebody. Because you can't sit, because we've been in this for a while. So tell somebody. If anybody's a member of domestic violence or kids getting beat and they're dreading being home, tell somebody about it.
Yes.
Period.
Thank you so much for saying that. That's such an important call out right now with what's going on. There's domestic violence, there's child abuse. The numbers are going through the roof, neglect. They're not used to feeding their kid lunch and breakfast and dinner every day. And even though the schools is giving it away for free, that doesn't mean you got time to run down to the school or you don't trust your kid to go down there. There's a lot going on. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Yes.
Let's get into now. Jacqueline Scott's been on here and she said your mom's a wonderful person. She knows your mom.
Yes.
She said you learned something about you learning to tap dance. She had a question about how you learned to tap dance. I didn't even know you could tap dance, but tell us a little bit about that.
I tap dance. I used to, when my mom was at work, I used to watch this old tape that I filmed, which are all my friends now. You guys remember the show Bringing the Noise, Bringing the Funk, starring Savion Glover. He wrote it, George C. Wolfe on Broadway. So Jason Samuel Smith, Bakari Wilder, Dormisha Sumbry, Omar Edwards. They're all my friends now. I just did Omar's show last week, and I watched them as a kid, watching them, trying to mimic them, just moving my feet. I didn't know what a flap or a shuffle was. I got some boots. And put some taps. My cousin Marita Harris had taps, and I nailed the boots to the boots, and I would just move my feet. And there's a movie called Tap with Gregory Hines, one of the best entertainers in the world ever. He's one of my favorite. There's a part in the movie Tap where he took everybody outside and all dancers and taps and I would just move my feet like, but listen, did not knowing what he was doing, just moving my feet.
Right.
And then I went to Akron U, played football, pledged Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, which is today is my anniversary. I'm 19 years old.
Wow.
As a Sigma, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Blue Phi.
All right.
I went to Akron U and took dance class, tap dancing class from Marianne Black, and they said, this big football player is in here tapping. And she was like, did you ever take? I was like, I never took it before. And then I would go early before class and go late and stay late after class and just watching stuff. So that cast of Bringing the Noise, Bringing the Funk changed my life. And I seen them on Regis and Kathy Lee, an old TV show where I taped from VHS, and I actually pulled that tape out and watched it yesterday. The drummers, Larry Wright taught me, William Johnson taught me on the streets, Jared Crawford, Ray King, all the drummers from Bring Noise, Bring Funk, they're all my friends now. It's crazy, and they're the ones that changed my life.
Incredible. Like, not very many people can go from watching somebody on TV or on a VHS tape. Children, Google VHS. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to know what that is. When you had to wait to rewind, and you just like, did we rewind it? We got to take this back to Blockbuster. We need to rewind it. But anyway.
Press the tracking.
Right, you got to adjust the tracking, right? Then we had auto tracking. We thought we was fancy.
Right.
Like, oh, no, the tracking's going to fix it. So when you watch somebody on TV and you went from watching them to being friends with them, to working with them, to dancing with them, to playing with them. That is incredible, incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you guys, we try to keep the show around an hour, but I'm sorry if you got to go. Please, thank you for being here. We love you. We thank you. We appreciate you here at Lucas Tyndale Live for being a part of our audience. But we're just getting, we have a little more we need to talk about.
I'm ready. Questions, if y'all staying, I'm staying.
If you staying, I'm staying. If they staying, we staying. Let's roll. Again, if you got to sit your phone down and do something else and clean your house, sit the phone down and listen so you can still participate. The Netflix show will be there. This you got to watch this now because you can participate right now live. It's not like any show on TV. When you're watching Netflix, when you're watching your shows on cable, when you're watching stuff on your phone, you can't participate. This show, you get to participate. You don't have to call in and be the 9th caller. You don't have to call in and be the 20th caller right now. Send us your questions if you have questions. We want to get to some questions here today. Please throw your questions into the comments. So many people are on here. So excited to see you. Erica Meyer, thank you for being here. One of her favorite stories you were sharing.
Hey.
She's excited.
Uncle Greg, my Uncle Greg is on.
Okay, Sharice Grantham. Uncle Greg right here. Is this Uncle Greg?
Yes, Uncle Greg, one of my inspirations. That's another one of my inspirations. That's my Uncle Greg. He's traveled all over the world with me.
He drums too, right?
Yes, Uncle Greg drums too. Yep. He taught me my first beat on hand drums.
Wow.
I was 10 or 11 years old. I think I was 10 or 11. It was Women's Day at my grandma's church in Alliance. Mm-hmm. And I remember walking up to Uncle Greg and he had bongos and he said, the first beat he taught me was and that was it. That was history after that.
Powerful. People don't know one person can change your life forever, right?
That's right. Uncle Greg. Yep.
Shout out to Uncle Greg. I've actually met him. He came and they do things at schools and stuff, I think. And he was I worked at an early childhood center, and him and a group of guys came and they played for the kids and they taught them the little beats and things like that. And the next generation is being inspired. So shout out to Uncle Greg. Thanks for being here. We're so excited. Steve Beatty, thanks for being here, my man.
Steve,
the chef is in the house.
Make me something to eat, baby. Go ahead, Steve.
Hook us up, Steve.
Man. I love Steve. You know why I love Steve? I'm going to tell you why I love Steve Beatty and why I love Sexy Rob. No matter what in the world, those two love each. They're brothers, for real. Yes. That's when you talk about brotherhood, Steve Beatty cooks for celebrities. He's everywhere. Right. Rob is everywhere. Yep. But they're real brothers. They're solid two dudes who anybody that don't know them, they're family regardless. Yes. They're family regardless. So I love Steve, man. They have each other's back. I love Steve, man.
Great guys. Everybody who's on here, thank you guys so much. If you guys have questions, please type your questions into the comments. We want to hear from you. Miss Dolores Presley, thank you for being here. Miss Dolores Presley, glad to have you, Miss Dolores. We're going to have you on the show too. Powerful. She's a powerful speaker, right?
Yes. My mom is her assistant, actually.
Wow.
My mom is Miss Dolores' assistant. Miss Dolores takes my mom around as her assistant, to some of her big things and works. My mom actually works for Miss Dolores. I love Miss Dolores like she's my auntie.
Whew, she's powerful. Powerful. So we're so grateful to have everybody. So, Alec, let's talk a little bit about Pieces of a Dream. Okay. I saw you. I love watching your Instagram stories. Let me put it up here for the people to see. Please, the best way to get in touch, the best way to see what's going on with Alec, the place to go for him is Instagram. Go to his Instagram, look up at Alec Simon and follow him. Follow his journey. Click on his story. Watch what he's doing. He's in the house now, and he gets on there, and you see him grabbing the stuff, and he gets the clinging and clanging and doing his thing, just like he did with the toothpicks every now and then. He gets on, and he shares real talk, like he just shared with us today, about anxiety, about problems, about what's going on in the world, about positivity. So much. He just is so real. And when he's traveling, you'll see him walking through the airport, smiling, being kind, sometimes sitting on the plane like, whoo, just did the thing. I'm tired, trying to get home. but he
Right.
shares the journey with us, and I love that so much.
Thank
So
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
so
sharing
much.
your journey with us.
Thank
So
you.
tell us a little bit about Pieces of a Dream, the jazz. Trio.
Piece of a Dream. My mom used to play Soul Train. Everybody's mom. I mean, if you're African, I'm not gonna say talk about race, but if you black, you know
Soul
what Soul
Train.
Train is. I'm
Right.
sorry, you just my mom played it, and then Mountaineer Groove came on. And I was like, I remember listening to it as a kid. I used to watch him as a kid on Soul Train and stuff,
Mhm.
and video soul and stuff. And then my brother, good friend of mine, who lives right down the street, one of the best saxophone players in the world, Mr. Tony Watson Jr.
Tony Watson.
Other than Saxy Rob,
Those
Saxy Rob
two.
and Tony are my favorite sax players around here. They're my favorite ever. I use them when I need sax. I use Tony or Rob. But Tony Watson Jr. been on Pieces of a Dream tour for about 11 years. He's been all over the world with them. And Pieces one of the percussionists. And me and Tony and George Granville, who used to tour with Pieces, and George is actually the music director at the Word Church, Pastor Vernon Church. He toured with Pieces, but him and Tony have a trio. We still have it. But Pieces came down and auditioned me off at one of our shows. And then they was like, hey, we want you on the tour. And my first city for Pieces was all the Texas. We did Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Antonio. We did all the Texas. I'm like, man, this is great being on this tour. I mean, I'm in the green room with Howard Hewitt, Jaheim, Faith Evans, Dougie Fresh, El DeBarge. I'm like, El DeBarge, man, I watched you on The Last Dragon.
Right. To the rhythm about the night.
He said, and when it feels like the world
is on yours. All right, let's go. Yeah, all right.
You know what I'm saying?
They want it. Go ahead. Give it to him. Finish singing the song.
He's stupid. So I'm seeing all these people, right?
Right.
I'm like, wow. And they're on the same, Anita Baker, Ricky Smiley, Tom Joyner, like, hey, man, great solo. And these people are side stage. Like Tom Joyner and Ricky Smiley watched my solo when we played Miami. The Dolphins Stadium right behind it. It's huge, so many people. I'm like, Ricky Smiley just said, yo, bro, good solo. Tom Joyner came into me and said, man, great solo. And then not only that, Faith Evans watched me. Little C's watched me. It's just like seeing all these big acts where I watch them. I'm actually.
All right. Hey, listen. I don't know where he went, but his video went out for a second, but we're so grateful. We're so grateful for everything Alec has been sharing. You guys give some hearts if you're watching us on Periscope. Give some loves. Continue to share the broadcast. He's coming back into the broadcast. I know he's going to get back in here. Let me text him and let him know what's going on. I know he knows that he accidentally got kicked out. I don't know what happened. So we'll get him back in here. But powerful story, ladies and gentlemen. You got to admit, he has a powerful, powerful story. What he's sharing with us is crazy. It's amazing. From a friend committing suicide at a very young age, to him feeling suicidal himself, to going on tour, to doing Stomp. He has accomplished so much, and he's still a young guy. He has a lot of life ahead of him, a lot of things that he's still going to accomplish. So I hope you guys were inspired today. I hope you guys were motivated today. I hope you guys were educated. I hope you learned something, and I hope you guys were liberated. This show is about education, motivation, liberation. I hope you feel set free today. I hope you feel like you're free. You're free to be you. You're free to do the things that you want to do. There's nothing holding you back. There's nothing that's gonna stop you. So shout out to everybody who's still here. Somebody said, Alec must have Spectrum cable. Somebody call Spectrum right now and say, what are y'all doing messing up my man's internet? All right, we're gonna start a petition with Spectrum and say, get my man's internet back on. What is wrong with you? What happened? What's going on? All right. Oh, wait, we got him back. Hold on. I think Spectrum heard us and they brought him back. All right.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. What's up?
Oh,
What's
perfect.
Up?
There it is. Sorry.
That's all right.
It's on airplane mode, but my Wi-Fi is good. It's on. Sorry about that, guys.
That's all right.
It's on airplane mode, but somebody called in. But yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Piece of a Dream. Yeah, it's been great. I went to South Africa. They took me to South Africa. I mean, we played Soweto, Jazz Fest, Johannesburg, and it's just been great. I mean, James and Kurt, I love them like uncles. They just been great. You know what I'm saying? James and Kurt, they're amazing, and just the tour is great. I've been on the tour 4 years now. 4 years now, yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Powerful stuff, man.
Yes.
The audience, so many people stayed here.
Audience, I'm
so
sorry,
many people.
y'all.
Hey, that's okay. We got a lot of loyal followers. They hung in there with us. We thank you all who stayed through the technical difficulties.
Yes.
Stuff happens.
Yes.
Right? So we're so grateful
Thank
for
you.
that. So let's talk about, and we won't go too much longer, but talk to us a little bit about how you got with what I believe it was the Q Sticks. I don't know if you're still the Q Sticks, but the Cavs Entertainment Group.
Yes.
Tell
They're
us
called
how
a
you got it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we still say Q6 because that's what we know. Because from all NBA All Star and
Yep.
and stuff like that, we're always gonna be known as the Q6. But we're called the 216 Sticks now.
Okay.
And Julian Goldthwait, who is the game day manager, he's a drum corps guy. They needed somebody to run this drum thing for the Cavs. I was on tour at the time with Stomp still.
Mm-hmm.
So they reached out to the Blue Coats Drum and Bugle Corps to say, hey, we need a drum type thing. And then Blue Coats reached out to Julian to run it. And Julian said, hey, this is buckets and stuff. I know a guy that's in Stomp. I know a guy who brought this art form to Ohio. I was the first to ever play on buckets because I learned in New York City. So they brought me in to do one game. And then after that, I got a call the next morning saying, hey, you need to come in. We need to talk about contract. And then we won. We got picked for All-Star. I played All-Star my first year. And then we won. Got a championship ring and everything. I played finals, played everything.
Wow.
Yeah, and then after that, I've been part of the team for 5 years now.
Up close and
Yep.
personal through some of
Yep.
the most historic moments in Cleveland. Right there, LeBron, Kevin Love,
Everything.
Kyrie,
You see 'em
the
all.
crew.
Yes,
You're
you
right
see 'em
there
all.
on court. Anybody been to a Cavs game at home, unless Alec was torn, because sometimes he was torn and he couldn't be there
Yep.
because he was doing two
Yep.
things at once. He was there, halftime show, Q Sticks, drumming, making it happen. It was powerful. Tell me how. Now listen, I've seen a lot of drummers. And most drummers that I see, I don't know if you noticed, Alec. You got to lean in because I want. This is kind of between us. I don't know if you know, but most drummers, they play on drums. And every time I see you, you run around with a bucket, brother. I mean, I don't know if it's a budget issue or what the problem is, but for some reason, you be running around with buckets. What's up with that?
And buckets are my favorite instrument. I mean, I learned in New York City. William Johnson took me on his wing, showed me how to play. Bucket is a bucket. I'm a musician. You're a percussionist. You're a musician. You can play. I can play music out of anything. If you didn't have no instrument, no guitar, or no real drum set, what are you gonna do if you have to entertain a crowd? I'm fine, but y'all panicking.
Right.
I'm fine. The show must go, and I can keep going. You know what I'm saying? Y'all panicking. I can sing, tap, body percussion, and find something backstage or roll a tape. I'll figure out how to make music out of it somehow. Put the tape on the stage and rip it off on one. Rip, two, rip. That's music right there. You know what I'm saying? So you got it. My mind is always going on how to make music all the time. But buckets is my favorite instrument. Buckets and congas, I guess,
Amazing, man. I'm like, where did the bucket thing come? I'm like, why? I'm like, is he sponsored by Lowe's? I mean, what is going on? My man always got a bucket. But it is so cool to see. It's so fun. It allows young people, you can pick buckets different places. I see the kids playing the buckets. That's my kind of thing. I was the kid that I enjoyed the box more than the toy. I enjoyed the bucket more than the drum.
Right.
You've just made a lifestyle out of that.
I love it. I love it. And
awesome.
teaching kids, like I'll do huge, big workshops. I don't teach classes. I do like workshops leading up to a performance. So if they have a performance on Friday, people will bring me in to do a workshop on Monday, and I'll be with them all week. 300, 400 kids, like YPAW, Youth Excellence Performing Arts Workshop.
Powerful program.
YPAW in Arlington. Leslie Parker Barnes, Auntie Leslie, one of the best programs ever in my life that I've been part of. I've been the percussion teacher for the older ones. Now I do the babies. Now I pass the torch to my little brother Devin Gilbert. Now I do the babies. Now the babies are growing larger than the bigger group.
Yeah.
So picture 150 kids from first grade all the way to third grade on stage, from kindergarten to third grade on stage with me with buckets and sticks. It's crazy. It's amazing.
Right. Wow. I got a question. So thank you for answering my question about your buckets. And I have a question from Joanne here. She said, what was your favorite place you've traveled in your lifetime?
Miss Joanne, I love her. She's another person who supports me. South Africa was great because that's the motherland. I mean, playing with lions and stuff. That was weird. I'm playing with lions. South Africa, but probably Brazil. Brazil was like, because the music, Brazil and Africa, it's probably even. That's probably the best.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. When you said you played with lions, you wasn't like the Tiger King or nothing. There ain't going to be no movie coming out about you, right? Okay. I just want to check. You know what I'm saying?
I was playing with baby Simba and baby
Oh,
Nala. Maybe
okay.
And maybe their little cousin Jerome, because Jerome was a little bit bigger. But the guy said, you can go over there at your own risk. And I was like, I'm in Africa. I got to go pet him. He was a medium-sized lion. I went over and pet him. It was a lion park. Took pictures, talked to him a little bit, and he started purring a little bit. I was like, oh, that's enough. We can walk over here.
I'm out. Right.
But I was in a cage. I was with him. I was in a cage with him. That's something that I'll never forget.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. As long as it's ain't no documentary, we're good with that. That's so exciting. That's really exciting. I don't want to know. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Have my man all locked up for messing with that lady. She's trying to mess up your tiger kingdom. Man, we appreciate it, man.
My God, that's funny. That's great.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, if there's any other questions, you guys get them in here now. We're going to wrap up here in just a few minutes. If you're watching this again by replay, thank you. If you're watching this live, thank you. To the Periscope audience, I have been told that maybe the Periscope comments aren't coming through on the feed here. I apologize for that, but we thank you for the hearts. We thank you for the love. We thank you for being here. If you want to get in on the conversation, you can go over to YouTube and go to Lucas Tyndale. Just look up my name, Lucas Tyndale, and we will see your comments, and we'll see you and allow you to participate in what's going on here today. There's a lot of love going up. Sharice, thank you. Great show. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sharice.
Man, I really appreciate it. If we get a few more questions, we'll go a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So if anybody has questions, please put them in here for Alec.
Well, I seen a question earlier. Somebody asked me, do I play with everybody locally? I don't see it.
That's okay. I'll see if I see it on this end, but go ahead. You can answer that.
But I do. That's a touchy. Everybody. Let me tell y'all something. We're a very small community, musician community. Everybody don't get down with everybody. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's just being honest with you. Everybody don't get down with everybody. A lot of people don't play together, But as a musician, anybody listening who's a musician, who cares?
Right.
Keep doing you. There's a lot of people I've done shows with in Canton that we don't even follow each other on social media. It's like, hey, what's up? Hi and bye. And there's one particular person, people always say, hey, are you guys ever going to do a show again? I'm like, probably not. It is what it is. It was great. I'm just being honest. It was great what it was.
Right.
He ain't worried about me. I'm not worried about him.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying? No animosity.
Like,
it just is what it is.
It's no animosity. I'm loyal. If I need somebody, a drummer, I've got Chase and William. If I need somebody, the saxophone, I got Tony. I got Rob. I got Saxy Rob. I don't roll with everybody. I'll speak and I'll support everybody. But everybody ain't tight like people think we are in the musician world here in Canton. It's really not. Sure. I'm gonna be the first one to say it. It's just So I play with people. I play for people, and I'll sit in for people, and play locally with people. But some people just have different vibes. Some people, you can't. I don't put myself on stage with certain people no more.
Yep.
That's just
everybody's not a part of your tribe. But somebody who is a part of your tribe here, a part of mine as well. Rob Thompson had a question. Now, before we get to his question, I just have a question for you, Alec. Now, Rob goes by the name Saxy Rob.
Wesley Snipes.
How do you feel as a man? You call him Wesley. How do you feel as a man having to call another man sexy? I'm just saying. I don't know. He came to my house one day. I said, "What's up, Rob?" He said, "Call me sexy." I said, "I don't think I can do that, brother. I will not call you sexy in private."
I don't even say Rob. I say bro.
Okay, right.
I say bro. I say, what you doing? Like, it just
right,
bro. I call him Shadow Henderson from Mo Better Blues. That's my brother. I can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Rob, I love Rob to death. That's my Rob, and I'm gonna stick up for Rob on this one. A lot of musicians a lot of musicians play horns and stuff. Like, oh, Rob's actually Rob. He's always dancing and all this stuff. Well, he's an entertainer. Y'all can't out-entertain this dude. I don't care who you are.
That's right.
Like, Rob learned from Tony. You know what I'm saying? Tony Watson says Rob's one of the best entertainers. And I tell Rob, who cares what all these other people saying? They can't out-entertain you.
Right.
And when it comes to saxophone and Rob's playing, I'm going to see Rob.
Yep.
I'm going to see him.
Yep.
Because I know he's going to entertain me.
Yep.
Rob will take a bite of a sandwich, have a glass of wine in his hand, and still be playing a song and be on top of the bar, making you feel like you just won the lottery.
Right.
And that's what it's about.
That's what it's
about right there. It's making people feel good. If you go to a set, he's going to make you feel good.
Yes.
And all musicians out there, you don't have to have the best chops. You don't got to have the best runs. You don't got to be the fastest and the best and the you don't got to do none of that. If people are entertaining, because right now the people who's watching you, they don't know what you're playing.
Right?
They don't know if you messed up. They just know that you entertain it and you're good.
Right.
So that's what I told Saxy Rob before Rob even started playing, and he can tell you, he can vouch for this. Rob stopped his job because he wanted to do music. Another gentleman, great friend of mine, another great artist around here, Eric Brook.
Yes,
me and Eric Brook both had Eric Brook both had our times with Rob. Eric told him this, I told him that. He told him this, and now look at him. You can't even get in touch with Rob. That's one of my brothers. Like, I gotta buy a ticket to go see him. That's one of my brothers. But I can go in his house and make a sandwich and lay on the couch and take a nap and leave.
And talk to the kid.
But I can't even get in touch. His shows, I can't even get in. Yeah, I'm
right.
like, yo, Rob, it's me at the door. Can you let me in? Put me at the door. That's how it is now. But I think me and Eric Brook pushed him, but now you can't. I mean, he's everywhere. He's doing everything. Charles Burke, he's everywhere, all over the place. So Rob is doing it. So
shout out
any
to
musician,
Rob.
keep doing what you're doing, musicians out there.
Make sure you guys
Don't worry
follow
about it.
them. So Rob and Aunt Janet both asked, "What is your favorite TV show? What are you watching on TV? What you watching now?"
I mean, there's people that know me. There's Martin. There's Fresh Prince. There's Good Times. But my number one is probably Mama's Family.
Is that right?
You can quiz me. Oh, Saved by the Bell. Sorry, Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell.
Martin. Saved by the Bell. Martin. Fresh Prince. Good Times. And Mama's Family. And if I had to pick out of all those, Saved by the Bell, Mama's Family, it's like in between.
Hilarious.
I'd probably do Mama's Family. That's my favorite. You can quiz me on that. And actually, Bubba, the guy who played Bubba on Mama's Family, he's a friend of mine, Alan. He's a good friend of mine now. Yeah.
People don't know what Mama. I'm about to pull that up. People don't know what we're talking about. Mama's Family. They're like, what is this guy talking about? Mama's Family. I'm gonna try to pull something up so y'all can know what he's talking about. Mama's Family. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. Mama's Family. They're like, what is he? Who's Mama? Yeah. we gonna check that out. Let me see. We had a question here. Someone asked, now I don't know if they know something inside. They said, about how close is your book and video to being out?
How close is your book? Ooh, that's a good one. The book, you can go lay down and take a nap. That's going to be a minute.
It's going to be a minute? All right. Yeah, I can help you with that. We're going to help you. We're going to help you from here.
It's in process. Like a couple of my Be Me brothers, I won the Be Me Genius Award. And then I won the Toya 10 Outstanding Young Americans Award last year, the same award as Elvis Presley.
Wow.
It's like a mandatory award. They picked 10 people from America, and I won that award. And I was the second person ever from Ohio to win that award. Another guy won in 1981. And then couple of my Be Me brothers have written books, and a couple of my people on the Toya that Toya class that I won that award, they've written books. So they just tell me, just jot stuff down. But when I write my book, I wasn't good at school writing. Like if I read something, I don't know what I read. Whatever that's called,
Yep.
So I don't know how to read that good. I know how to read lines.
Yep.
If I have lines to memorize, I'll get it. But if you just put a book in front of me and you say, Alec, read this book, if the book's this big, it'll probably take me like 2 weeks to read.
Right.
And that's just that's being honest with you.
Right.
But if I read like 2 pages, you said, Alec, what did you read? I wouldn't know what I read. So when I read my book, I'm gonna have to speak into something, and somebody's gonna have to be going when I'm talking. That's how it has to be.
Hey man, I got a plan for you. Hey everybody, I'm gonna help Alec. We're gonna get this book done, man. I got a plan for you. All right, I got something that's gonna change your life. All right, remind me
in the
to
video.
tell you.
Yes, and the video's coming. The track's almost done. The video's coming. The track is almost done. But when that comes out, it's gonna be. I'm gonna turn some heads with that one. This is my first one ever. It's a sing along. It's my first one ever, so
we're excited.
Yeah.
We're ready to be there. As soon as we get through the corona, we don't want to get together and be marching down the street and everybody pass out. But
everybody pass out. Yeah,
we don't want that to happen. Everybody in the video that passed out. We don't want that to happen. But as soon as this is over, we want to be there. All right. My wife asked, Miss Corinne Marie Tyndall said, "What's your biggest life goal? That's a great question. What's your biggest life goal? What do you want to do?"
My biggest life goal. Wow, man, your wife threw it up.
I know
my
she
biggest,
threw.
My biggest.
What do you want to
life
accomplish?
goal,
What do you want to do? What kind of impact? What kind of legacy? What do you want to do?
My biggest life goal is.
He's narrowing it down, ladies and gentlemen, because I already know he got about 10 of them. So he's sitting there like, which one is it? Give us one.
Well,
Give us one.
One it's not so much an award,
Mm-hmm.
but I think, oh man, this is Miss Ten. Oh man,
She got you. She got you.
she got me
Stump
on
the
that one.
guest.
Some type of. I want to be remembered as the guy who helped me.
That an
Does that make
individual
sense?
can say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just
That
want.
the
I want to be. Yeah, I want to be remembered as the guy like he helped me. So when I'm dead and gone, he helped me. And then on the accolade side, I want to get that lifetime achievement, not music, but the humanitarian award from NAACP or Beats or the global.
I
That
love
one,
it.
I'm shooting for that. I want that
Love it.
because I want my voice to be heard, and I'm going to get that award one day.
I love it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. Alec, my man, this has been an amazing interview. It's been a great time. Thank you so much for blessing the Lucas Tyndale live audience. You guys show some love in the comments. Again,
Lucas
give us some
Tyndale.
hearts. Give us some love. We're 2 weeks in, Alec. This show, we just getting it
Wow.
started, man.
Wow, that's amazing.
2
That's
weeks
amazing,
in.
man. Thank you for having me. Thank you for everybody who was listening. And please pass the word for Lucas. You know, pass the show on. He's gonna have some great cast people on there, great people on there. Just please pass it on. It doesn't take a lot to press share to your story. Tag me and tag him. Tag me on Instagram. Just say, hey, just put in your heading, hey, y'all need to watch this.
I love it.
You know what I mean? Something like that. So
Thank you. I appreciate all of your love and support. We're showing
Thank
that
you,
we
bro.
can all support each other, that there's enough room for everybody to succeed. There's a lot of people who came on the show that do what you do in music, do what you do in speaking, but everybody's showing love. I know so many of us look up to you and what you've accomplished. We're excited to see where else you go. And we just want to be along for the ride. We want to be along for the journey. So please come back to Lucas Tyndale Live. Show some love to the audience again, man. And let's have some fun. Let's play some music one day. Let's do some other things and have some fun on the show. So
Awesome.
I
Thank
want
you,
to
bro.
offer for you to come back on the show. All right.
thank you, bro. Love you, man.
Absolutely.
Peace, everybody.
Thank you all. Everybody have a great night. Thank you for being here again on Lucas Tyndale Live. We'll see you again on Sunday at 7 p.m. before the last dance. We're going to have a sports talk with G. Bush. Mr. Garrett Bush is going to break it down and get us ready. Jordan or LeBron, who's the greatest of all time? Don't miss that conversation. Ladies, get in on the conversation. Gentlemen, get in on the conversation. We're going to have some fun. We'll see you guys Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Everybody have a great night.